Straight ahead on OC News, immigration is a touchy subject these days, and some undocumented students on campus of Cal State Fullerton are looking for reassurance from President Garcia. We have a little live report from Dreamers Resource Center.
How about a Big Mac with a large coffee, all ordered from an app and delivered? How's that for technology?
And what are you giving up for Lent? You might be surprised what some students had to say. All this plus sports and weather. OC News starts right now.
Welcome to a new edition of OC News.
I'm Bree Burries.
And I'm Lydia Valencia. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
After recent executive orders on immigration, many students along the CSU system continue living on uncertainty. Reporter Nicholas Garcia live from Dreamers Resource Center, where President Garcia spoke to students.
Dreamers here at Cal State Fullerton are getting a rare opportunity tonight. An intimate meet and greet with President Garcia, who has championed university initiatives on diversity and inclusion. The event comes after a letter was sent out to students and staff from CSU Chancellor Timothy White. The letter from White assured everyone that CSU is committed to being an inclusive and welcoming institution of higher education.
I think it's really good with everything going on with the political climate that we're facing. I think it's really nice when we get emails, messages from her saying, we're here to support you. Don't be afraid. You're here to educate yourself and we're going to back you up. So it's nice to see the emails, but having her come in and say it in person or just to show the fact that she's here in presence, that means a lot to us.
And I did get the opportunity to catch up with Fatima on her way out, and she assured me that the president lived up to all of her expectations. I'm Nicholas Garcia, live from Pollock Library South. Back to you in the studio.
A car crash claimed the lives of 2 people last night in Fullerton. Officials responded to an accident at 8:43 last night on Rosecrans Avenue, west of Euclid Street. That accident involved a 2006 black Lexus that struck and was wrapped around a tree, claimed the lives of both the drivers and passenger. It took hours to remove the bodies. Witness told police that the car was traveling at high speed. Now police are investigating reports of the same car being involved in street racing just before the accident. When we come back, a new study shows the size of your brain might be linked to a disease.
It's March 1st, and that means that Lent has officially begun. Reporter Savannah Romero is live with students here at Cal State Fullerton. Let's see what they're giving up this year.
I'm live outside of Titan Theater, where Mass for Ash Wednesday has just ended. Let's find out what students at Cal State Fullerton are giving up for Lent this year. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Sam.
And what will you be giving up for Lent?
I'll be giving up meat and sweets this Lent.
And what's your name?
My name's BB.
And what will you be giving up?
I'm giving up bread because I want to learn to appreciate the bread of life every single time I go into Mass.
And are any of you giving anything for Lent?
I'm going to be waking up like 30 minutes early and dedicating 30 more minutes of prayer so that I can grow in virtue.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If interested, Titan Catholic will be holding Mass on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. in the Cypress NPR, located in the housing area of Cal State Fullerton. And back to Christine with Health.
To reform Obamacare, new research on ADHD and rising rates in colorectal cancer. Today's Health with Christine Tuzan.
As Americans wait for President Trump's plan to repeal and replace Obamacare, he revealed his health care principles during his joint address to Congress Tuesday night. Trump said any replacement measure should ensure Americans with pre-existing conditions, include measures to help Americans pay for insurance, give U.S. governors flexibility on Medicaid, include legal reforms protecting both patients and doctors, which would bring down the cost of both insurance and prescription drugs, and allow Americans to purchase health insurance across state lines. Trump encouraged lawmakers, regardless of political party, to come together and fix the health care problem. Scientists studying ADHD conducted new research that points to a link between ADHD and brain size. CNN's Kim Hutcherson has more on the research.
If you've been diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, there's a chance that your brain volume might be slightly smaller than average. That's according to a study published in the medical journal The Lancet Psychiatry. ADHD is usually associated with children. Symptoms include inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. Researchers re-examined data collected by a variety of ADHD studies. As a part of those studies, more than 3,000 adults and children underwent MRI scans to study brain regions thought to be tied to ADHD. Researchers found that both overall brain volume and the volume of regions responsible for emotions were smaller in people with ADHD. The overall difference was very limited and was only seen when numbers were averaged and compared across groups with and without ADHD. The differences were less obvious in the brains of adults with the disorder. More than 1 in every 20 people under the age of 18 are affected by ADHD. 2/3 have symptoms into adulthood. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Colon and rectal cancer rates are rising in younger generations. In a new study from the American Cancer Society, it estimates about more than 13,000 new cases will be diagnosed in Americans under 50 years old this year. Most colon and rectal cancers are considered a disease from aging, but the increase in young adults are due to obesity, heavy alcohol use, inflammatory bowel disease, type 2 diabetes, and the rise of HPV. Screening tests like colonoscopies typically begin at the age of 50. Doctors are hoping to improve methods to administer less invasive screening tests for younger people. That's today's Health. I'm Christine Tuzon. Back to news with Lydia.
Deadly tornadoes hit the East Coast. Olga Mason tells us more on this and the local weather forecast.
That's right. Our local weather looks pretty good, but before we start with local weather, I wanted to draw your attention to a video we have of yesterday's tornadoes. The tornadoes, over 20 tornadoes hit that Midwest section, Tennessee, Kentucky, Missouri, they were all affected. Tornadoes ripped through homes and even lifting cars, and 3 people confirmed are dead from those tornadoes. But we wanted to tell you about those tornadoes because that system is now moving to the East Coast. And as you can see, on the national weather map, you see those storms just on New York, the Carolinas. It's all heading over there. So they've got a lot of high wind advisory, over 60 miles per hour winds, and then large hailstorms going on, and then that tornado alert as well. So that's what's happening nationwide. But we've got good news here locally. Moving on to our current temperatures. Today's high was 77 degrees. So it was nice, beautiful weather today. But tonight the sun will be setting at 5:48 p.m. So those temperatures will drop down to 47 degrees. And so you'll still need those jackets for that chilly night tonight. But then tomorrow morning, looking at our 5-day forecast, tomorrow you'll see that changes. So get the shorts and flip-flops back out because tomorrow's high is 82. 82, and then on Friday it warms up even more at 84. So nice days coming up. The nights will still be chilly in the low 50s, high 40s, but enjoy those 2 days of great sunshine because the weekend comes with cold weather once again. So you can see Saturday drops down by almost 20 degrees, going down to 69. And then on Sunday, it drops even more with some chances of thunderstorms here and there. So that low is going down, or I should say the high is going down to 63. And those temperatures at night are still in the chilly high 50s, low 40 range. Monday's the same, 66. So just 2 days of good weather coming up. I hope you get a chance to go out there and enjoy the sunshine. And that's it for the weather. And now back to you.
With Beyonce dropping out of the Coachella lineup, there's room for a superstar to take her place. With This Week Entertainment News, Nakia has the details.
Good evening, everyone. This is Nakia Campbell with your inside information. Lady Gaga, this year's Super Bowl halftime headliner, has confirmed that she will be making her debut appearance at Coachella in place of Beyonce. The mother-to-be has decided to step down to focus on her twin pregnancy. After Sunday's Best Picture fiasco at the Oscars, the president of the Film Academy has stated that Martha Ruiz and Brian Cullinan, the accountants responsible for the mix-up due to a starstruck tweet, will never work for the show again. The future relationship of the Academy and the Prince Waterhouse Coopers accounting firm is still under evaluation. ABC has finally revealed this year's duos for the 24th season of Dancing with the Stars. Olympic gold medalist Simone Biles, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Erica Jane, and former SNL comedian Chris Kattan are just a few that are set to join the cast. Actor Mr. T is already setting his eyes on the prizes, declaring that he will cut off his mohawk in honor of children fighting for cancer. Catch some of your favorite celebs foxtrot their way to first place on the first episode airing March 20th. Back to you ladies in the studio.
A lot of trading happening in the NFL this week. More details on that when we come back. Snapchat is growing in billions, and for McDonald's lovers, we have good news for you. If you would like to order McCheese, you'll have it be at your door.
Snapchat has announced that their value increased to almost $24 billion. Although Snapchat reported they were having a slow user growth in 2016 due to Instagram and Facebook launching similar features, they finally have good news for this year. They reported last Wednesday that their initial public offering was $17 a share, and that now, at that price, a Snapchat market value will reach nearly $24 billion, making it the largest in the United States. And who doesn't love McDonald's? Well, McDonald's has been speaking about introducing a new McDonald's app. Although McDonald's is very popular, they have a huge competitor like Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and KFC. That is why McDonald's reported that they have a new innovative idea to increase their sales and to provide better services for their customers. McDonald's will be launching a mobile app to make McDonald's more approachable for the customers. The app will let the users order their favorite McDonald's food items in just few steps. The app will let the user register, and then it will save people's information as well as payment method. The app will let the consumers order from home, and they will be able to pick up either at the dining area or at the drive-thru. The new app will be initially launched to work only for 20,000 restaurants in the United States. And for those McDonald's lovers who don't want to step out to get a burger, the McDonald's company is working to please you too. With this app, they will be experimenting with delivery services in order for you to stay at the comfort of your home and at the same time eating your favorite McDonald's burgers. This is Carla Bonilla, and that's all I have for today's news in technology.
With the news from the NBA and the NHL, let's send it to Dominic with an update in sports.
Thanks, Bree. Let's start with news from the NFL. The Pittsburgh Steelers have done lots of wheeling and dealing in the last 48 hours to make their team a contender in 2017. They re-signed wide receiver Antonio Brown to a mega deal worth $72.7 million, which makes him the highest paid receiver in football. They also signed franchise leader in sacks James Harrison to a 2-year, $3.5 million deal, as well as franchise tag running back Le'Veon Bell, which will add another dimension to their offense. Within the last 24 hours, 4 big-name players were shockingly released by their respective teams and will now hit the free agent market. Running backs Jamal Charles and Adrian Peterson, along with cornerback Darrelle Revis and quarterback Colin Kaepernick. With NFL free agency starting on March 9th and the NFL draft just months away, many of these players will be highly pursued since they can make game-changing plays at any moment. Now to basketball. The Lakers looked to snap their 4-game losing streak last night at Staples Center against the Charlotte Hornets. As you see, Julius Randle making a thunderous slam in the first quarter to give the Lakers a 16-15 lead. But the Charlotte Hornets, Kevin Trubisky and Kemba Walker shooting threes to give them a 58-55 lead at half. Then D'Angelo Russell with a swift pass right to Tarek Black with a nice slam to give the Lakers the lead once again. But the Lakers defense shut down, and the Hornets, not 1 3, but another 3, gave them the lead. For good, the Lakers defense failed them, and the Lakers end up losing this game by a final score of 109-104. The Lakers will look to get back on track on Friday night at home against the Boston Celtics. Kevin Durant was back in his hometown of Washington, D.C. last night for the first time since the Golden State Warriors uniform, last night as the Warriors traveled to play the Washington Wizards. However, Durant's return was short-lived as he was taken out of the game early in the first quarter when teammate Zaza Pachulia fell right into Durant's left knee after getting fouled by Marcin Gortat. Durant was diagnosed with a hyperextended knee and would not return to the game. In his absence, the Warriors came out sluggish and fell behind 16-4 after Brandon Beal drains a three from the wing. Late in the first quarter, Wizards point guard John Wall added to the fun with a monster dunk. Left-handed jam that doubled the Wizards' lead 32-16. After the Wizards squandered a 19-point lead, Steph Curry does what he does best and hits a three to tie the game at 85. Both teams exchanged baskets late in the fourth quarter as John Wall dishes an alley-oop to Markieff Morris, then Steph Curry dribbling around some defenders to make a sweet right-handed layup. However, with Curry missing a key three, with 6 seconds left, the Wizards passed the test and beat the Warriors by the final of 112-108. This is only the Warriors' 10th loss of the season and their first to the Wizards since January 28th of 2014. Onto the ice. The Kings finished their quick two-game road trip Tuesday night in Calgary as they look to extinguish the streaking Flames, who have won 4 straight games. Newly acquired goalie Ben Bishop was in net for the Kings as he looked for a win in his debut. With a 1-0 lead in the second, the Kings got lazy with the puck, which led to the Flames winger Michael Furlan going top shelf past Bishop to tie the game at 1. Brilliant saves by both Ben Bishop of the Kings and Brian Elliott of the Flames was the real reason why this was a low-scoring game and eventually headed into overtime. The Flames made quick work of the Kings in OT when Michael Backlund nails the home run pass to TJ Brody, who puts it in the net for a 2-1 victory. The Kings did get some good news today as they pulled the trigger on a trade that brought in veteran all-star Jerome McGinley, who will bring leadership to the team and hopefully help them push towards the playoffs. Last but not least, don't forget that our Cal State Fullerton men's basketball team has their final home game of the season tomorrow night against the Gauchos of UC Santa Barbara. Tip-off is at 7 p.m., and expect senior guard Trey Coggins to be a threat to score since he is averaging 17.3 points per game and shooting 42% from the floor. The Titans have a record of 14-13 and look to finish the season strong before heading into the Big West Tournament next Thursday, March 9th at Honda Center in Anaheim. That will do it for sports this week. Let's send it back to Lydia and Bree at the desk.
Be sure to follow us on social media, all under the handle of OC News, CSUF.
Enjoy the rest of the week. We'll see you again on Monday. Have a good night.
It's the busiest and most stressful time of the year for students at CSUF. Students are bombarded with projects and papers as finals are quickly approaching. However, the biggest event of the school year is happening. That event, Spring Concert.
This year's Spring Concert, it's going down right here, right behind me on the intramural fields. The day you got to remember, May 7th, it's a Saturday. It's 1 week right before finals. And I went around campus asking students what they expect from the 2016 Spring Concert.
I'm sure it'll be huge. It was last year. I would think that it depends on who's going to be there.
It sounds like a really cool and fun experience. I mean, now that you told me, I would definitely be willing to go.
This year I'm expecting for it to be like, I don't know, better than last year. Last year it was like a Coachella type of thing. This year it's back in the stadium, so I want it to be like loud and like a real concert, pretty much.
Looking forward to seeing a good performance by Ray Sherman, getting the good experience of it. Like I've heard like a lot of people talking about it recently, and it's something I want to be take a part of. Bring my friends, just have a good time.
Tickets are available online, so no more waiting in horrendous lines for hours on end. Student tickets are $12, and guest tickets are $32. So far, Ray Shremmerd is the one known artist performing at the concert. The other big headliner will be announced in a few weeks to top off the 2016 spring concert.
Outside the intramural fields, I'm John Carusillo reporting for OC News.
Pugs of all shapes and sizes gathered all together last Saturday, October 8th, at the annual Pugtoberfest. Pugtoberfest is held every October by the nonprofit organization Pugs and Pals. Pugs and Pals Rescue is recognized nationally to bring in and rescue endangered pugs and other dog breeds across the country.
I'm right outside Tewinkle Park, which is the site for the 18th annual Pugtoberfest, which is hosted by the Pugs and Pals Rescue Organization. They hold this event every single year. Got a lot of fun events going on right now. Some of these events include a raffle, a silent auction, best dressed costume. We got a kissing booth, just some of the many fun things out here, food and different vendors. And I was able to talk to some pet owners that came over here, some of the volunteers, and even was able to get a hold of a veterinarian to talk about some of the services that they do here at Pugtoberfest.
Every year they do a lot of events throughout the year, but this is their big fundraiser, and it's just a lot of fun. People get together that like animals, and it's really a lot of fun.
Pugtoberfest is about bringing everybody together in the community that have a love for pug dogs. It also is the major fundraiser for Pugs and Pals, and it's important to give back. That's why I'm working the kissing booth, pug kisses for $1. Tank is my partner in crime here. And so we come here every year and help them out by doing nail trims and ear cleaning as a fundraiser for the rescue group.
For more information on how you can join and help out with Pugs and Pals, be sure to visit their website at www.pugdogrescue.com. For as little as $25 a year, you can help endangered dogs get spayed and neutered, along with any medical care needs for rescue dogs.
From Tewinkle Park here in Costa Mesa, I'm John Carusillo reporting for OC News.